Well, yeah. The yeah the other thing that you mentioned with the follower system, I think they could do another thing, which is I think that might be the surprising thing that they're thinking of, from what rumors might be saying. If season 27 is going to be great, now one thing I can think of, now that you mentioned the follower thing, do you know what I think they should do? Because you know how people have to, make a like a in class to gear the enchantress properly. You have to make a barb to gear the templar properly to reforge for the main stat, right? One and then treating like what you said with the follower being like a second player, technically speaking, because now we have increased the follower gearing from the old 6 to 13 like ourselves now, right? So technically what they could do is introduce follower gear, like actual follower gear. Yes, follower specific gear, to the point where, yes, to the point where it can also complement what you said about the bounty thing. It doesn't have to be one item. It could be an actual follower thing. And I know it's going to cut into us farming, uh you know getting, the degree of getting our own drops is also going to increase RNG now. But that has always been the case anyway, because we aren't getting, well, maybe what they could limit that to is when you're soloing. I don't know. Like, it's going to be kind of tough to say this part, because, like, it's going to be affecting the solo gameplay versus the group play. But what I was getting at is whether it would only drop in solo versus in groups. So it kind of suggests whether you want to risk more loot for for a follower, but it also gives, future advantages anyway, right? So it kind of gives you that risk versus reward kind of feel to it, you know. But anyway, my whole intention was to try to get that reforge out of the way for the main stat thing, because it has been an issue now for quite some time. Um, in terms of like reforging to get the strength to 25k, that 25k stat thing is so, um it can get quite frustrating for people who don't really intend to do that. I mean, it's not a big deal. You just make an alt character and do this, but it's kind of stupid in honesty. Like, like in terms of follower kind of gearing, and even like using the stupid Member of Twilight or the Tau Rasha chess piece for the attack speed modifier, right? It's like, why are we using the Tau Rasha chess piece to get the speed modifier? Like that on a follower, that doesn't make any sense. The Tau Rasha piece is for the wizard. So it yeah, it's weird. It goes the same line on to the Swampland Waders. If you've played that long before Blackthorns, you know how they finally fixed that. To instead of RNGing that you get a Swampland. I got a Swampland in season 16 as a wizard in group play. I got very lucky, um, without making my Witch Doctor. But then for people who used to rely on swamplands or want to play swamplands, they have to get a friend witch doctor to drop them a swampland, right? And so they kind of fix that with the Blackthorn's pants. So this is no different, really. I mean, aside from the RNG drops being a larger pool and whatnot, like I said earlier. But at the end of the day, the follower is now like us, so they could have their own set. You know, yeah, doing your bounty, the triple bounties, or like, I don't know, or damage participation. I don't know, whatever.